Today, Bitcoin moved up to the $11,000 level, and it's preparing for an explosive move in the next few days. Welcome back. My name is Chui. This is your investing and trading channel, Blockchain Thunder. Today, almost all the markets, including gold, silver, Bitcoin, stock, and oil, everything went up today. What is going on, and what is going to happen in the next few days? Let's find out together. Let's start with the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. So last time when I talked about Bitcoin, I said that on the 4-hourly, it's forming a bull flag, and the target of this bull flag is around $11,000. So today it reaches this target. So I have taken partial profit, around 30% of my position, and I have another 70%. I'm gonna let it run for the next few days. The reason that I didn't close my position entirely is because the power of Bitcoin looks much more than what I expected before. I expected when it goes to around $11,000, the index of BitMEX index funding should become positive, but it is still negative, which means the largest move hasn't come yet. So the bulls are still in control. Right now we are at the resistance because this is the neckline of the previous head and shoulder pattern. So let's take a look at it. So here is the bearish head and shoulder pattern, and here is the neckline. So right now we are at resistance. I think for the next 24 hours we might have a huge battle here for the bulls and bears, and it will be very interesting to see how it goes. And I believe as long as the BitMEX index funding is negative, the bulls will win this battle. And the next level to watch is around the shoulder of the previous head and shoulder pattern, and then the next one is 12,300, 500, yeah, 12,500. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. In my previous videos, I put up a warning for all the altcoin holders. Right now, let's take a look at altcoins, and I'm gonna put up an even larger warning for all the altcoin holders. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and let's go to the weekly first. So remember my favorite trading pattern. So if this is not price, this is dominance of Bitcoin, so percentage of Bitcoin dominance. If it goes up, means Bitcoin will take more dominance, and a lot of funding will go out of all altcoins and go into Bitcoins. Right now we have some huge development. If you remember my favorite trading pattern for RSI, look at this line. It acts first as resistance. We have touch point 1, touch point 2, 3, 4. At the fourth time it break out, and then come back and break this line, and then come back again, and then break this line again, and then retest it, and then push up. This is a huge warning for all the altcoin holders. It looks like in the next several weeks, the Bitcoin dominance RSI will keep going up. And if this happens, there is a high possibility that the altcoin will lose a lot of value against Bitcoin. And this is why I convert some more of my altcoins into Bitcoin today. Could there be any safe havens in some of the altcoins? Maybe like Ethereum or something like the YFI like all these altcoin leaders? I don't know. And I don't want to take any chance. I think right now Bitcoin is the safest place to be at the moment. Now let's take a look at the daily chart for the Bitcoin dominance. Take a look at it. Look at this pattern. This is a W pattern, a double bottom pattern. If the dominance go up and higher than this point, there is a good chance we might keep going up, at least to test this level. And also, there is an important sign here. If you take a look at the price, not the price, the dominance number, we are going down for this couple months. And look at the RSI, we are going up. This is a classic bullish divergence, which means this dominance number will be going up. The possibility of it going up is really high. So that is my huge warning. I'm gonna say it again, it's huge warning for every altcoin holders. Be careful out there if you are holding altcoins. Now let's take a look at Ethereum against Bitcoin chart. Okay, so this is the Ethereum against Bitcoin pair. Take a look at this pattern. Does it look familiar to you? This is a head and shoulder bearish pattern. We have a shoulder head here. So the neckline is around this level. If the Ethereum falls under this line, the target for this move is around, let's measure it, something like this, and then move down to here. So there's a possibility that Ethereum might revisit this level. We all know that I'm very bullish for Ethereum for the long term, but looks like in the short term we might have some trouble for the Ethereum against Bitcoin pair. But apparently not to me, because I have saw cryptocurrencies go up and down like 80% per day. So this is nothing to me. To me, Ethereum is still bullish for the long term, because in all the DeFi project, Ethereum is being used as gas and is depleted very fast from every DeFi users. So I think in the long term, Ethereum still have a large potential. This is why I'm holding my Ethereum positions. But if you cannot handle this kind of movement, I don't think cryptocurrency is your thing. So be careful. Now, let's talk about some good signs for the Ethereum chart. Let's take a look at the RSI. If I connect this line and goes down like here, remember my favorite trading pattern. Yeah, I say this time and time again because it happens time and time again in almost every chart. So look at this resistance line and become support line. It's act as resistance once, twice, third time, breakout, break down, and then break out again, and break down again, and break out again. It's a lot of movement, I know. There is a possibility that it could go down to this level, which is my favorite trading pattern, because only during this process, when it break this line and go to the around 20 level, that in this process a lot of people gave up, and that is where the bulls are looking at. They will come into the market when everybody gave up. So we are very close now to reach my very bullish target for the RSI. Right now we are at about 43. If the price of Ethereum drop somehow, there is I think RSI will reach around 30 or 20 very fast. So that would be a good sign for Ethereum. And because of this, I think Ethereum might not reach this target. It could go down halfway and then go up again. So that's a possibility because we are pretty close to the oversold condition. Now let's take a look at a lot of people's favorite YFI for the last 2 months. YFI has surged to equals 3 Bitcoin right now. So this is a YFI against Bitcoin chart. But I also have a huge warning for all the YFI holders. This is the daily chart, and take a look at this price going up and the RSI is going down. This is a huge warning. There's a very large possibility that YFI might go down in the next few weeks. And the level of support, in my opinion, the first one is around this level. The second one is around this level. The third one is around this level. And in my previous experience, for an altcoin to surge this high and then come back to the original level is possible. And the possibility is more than 70% from my previous experience. I have saw hundreds or thousands of altcoins to surge this high and then come back to this level or even goes lower. So be careful. If you're in a profit, really be careful because the drop from here to here would be 80%. So if you cannot handle that, just take your profit, convert it into Bitcoin. That would be the safest way to do. But of course, I'm not your financial advisor, and this is just my own opinion. Do not sell or buy anything according to my analysis. Alright? Now let's take a look at gold and silver. So this is gold. Last time I mentioned that the gold has breakout of this symmetric triangle to the upside. However, we push up a little and then we come down, which means the selling pressure is from the top side. So will gold go down below this pattern? If it goes down here, it would be bearish for the gold price, and the target for this drop would be around, let me measure it. So let me use this one. So it would be something around here. So the drop could go to 1729, which is around the support level here. So be careful. If gold cannot keep push up, this drop might happen. Similarly for silver. So last time I mentioned that to invalidate this bearish descending triangle, which is this line and this line, that's the bearish triangle, the silver has to go up and surpass around $28.8, and if it can go up higher than this one, we might form a ascending triangle, which is something like this. That would be bullish, but right now looks like silver has some trouble battling this resistance line. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in the next few days to weeks. Now let's take a look at some stocks. Actually, let's start with the index. So Nasdaq, last time when I talked about it, it's forming a W-shaped pattern. Right now, today, we didn't finish this pattern, I think. Let me remove this line. So yeah, we come up here, but we didn't surpass this top, and it dropped back down. So the consolidation for the Nasdaq might continue. It might go something like going down here, and there's a possibility that it might go down, but it also have a possibility just break to the upside, but I cannot tell right now. But for RSI, we are starting to see some touch points. So let me move this top to here and move this here. So the angle looks like we will have a touch point soon, but right now there is still not touch point for this line. So we have to wait and see what happens for Nasdaq. If it goes bearish like this, then all the high techs, the Tesla, Apple, Google, all these stocks might be in trouble. Now S&P 500, we have some good news for S&P 500 because I think we make a higher high than this middle point. So that's a good sign. If we can make a higher low, if we can go down here and then make a higher low, then we'll be bullish for the S&P 500. But right now we still don't have a touch point for the RSI, so I cannot tell what will happen in the next few days. So also have to wait and see. Similarly for Dow Jones. Dow Jones have an even higher high, so that's a good sign for Dow Jones. But the selling pressure forms an upper wick for this candle, so it's not pretty, I have to say. We might have some bearish movement in the next couple of days. Now let me take a look at the oil. There it is. So on the contrary, from my last analysis, I expect there is a higher possibility for it to break down from this bearish flag, but today it break up. This is a very good sign for the oil price. Let me see. Okay, yeah, in my previous videos I also talked about the RSI. It was at a really oversold condition, so if it bounced from here, I said that at least it will touch this resistance line. Right now it's resistance. If it could bounce, if it gets rejected first, it might go down a little bit and then we test it again and break out, and this would be very good for the oil price. Okay, now let me take a look at some stocks. I rarely talk about individual stocks on this channel because there wasn't a lot of movement for a lot of the stocks that I was looking at. But today, I think there are some very interesting movement for some of these stocks. First of all, let's take a look at a lot of the underdogs. The Boeing, BA. Let me do some analysis. This is on the daily chart. So from the RSI, if I connect this one and then do something like that, you can see that we touch it once and twice, the third time breakout. The retest is not clear, but there's a possibility that it might go up from here. The reason I'm saying that is because of the weekly chart. So the weekly chart, if I connect it from the top, this is a very beautiful chart. take a look at it. This line acts as a resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th time, it break out and then just consolidate it around here. This is beautiful. The most bullish is for the RSI to go down, break this line, and then a lot of people will lose hope and the bulls will strike. So if it goes down here and then break out again, would be very bullish for the BA price. But right now it looks like there is a chance that the RSI could directly move to the upside from the weekly, and this will be a huge move because on the weekly the movement is usually very large, so the price might move a lot higher than we are at right now. Now the next one is LUX. As I mentioned last time, LUX, the Southwest Airline, last time in my analysis I mentioned that it's forming an inverse head and shoulder pattern, and if it can break out of this neckline, the target is around $60. So this one is a very high potential one, and it looks very bullish to me. Right now it already break this neckline, and right now it's battling the previous resistance, and we'll see what happens in the next few days to weeks. The next one I want to take a look at is GE, General Electronic. So on the weekly chart, you can see that the RSI, actually let's take a look at price. So the price is going lower, but the RSI is going higher. So this is a bullish divergence on the weekly. If you remember what I said before, the bullish divergence on the weekly is much more powerful than daily. So there is a very good chance that GE might be having a large upside movement in the, I don't know when, but in the next couple months or even weeks, it could go up in the price, I think, according to this bullish divergence on the weekly. It's possible that the upside movement is pretty close, because we can take a look at the daily. If I move this, can take a look at the movement of the price. So we have some interesting pattern here. We have a shoulder, a head, and another large shoulder. And the neckline is around this level. If GE can push the price above this neckline, the target would be, let me measure it. The target would be something like this. So the target is around $11.41, and this is pretty large for stock. It's about 30% movement. So that's an interesting one. And take a look at the trading volume today. It's pretty high. A lot of people are buying it today. So we'll see what happens for GE for the next few weeks. The next one I want to take a look at is Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo is also forming this inverse head and shoulder pattern. So the neckline is around here, and you can see the shoulder is here, head is here, and large shoulder here. If it can push the price up, break this neckline, the target will be, let me measure it. So from here to here, and we can move it. So the target is around $45, $46, and it's approximately from here to here is about 43% movement. That would be very great for anyone who is holding Wells Fargo. The next one I want to take a look at is this Occidental Oil, OXY, and we all know that for the last few months the oil industry is just not very good. So we have a pretty large drop for the Occidental Oil. So let's take a look at the RSI. Let me connect this line. So you can connect it something like this, or goes down like this, and I like to put it this way because it show me some touch points. So we touch this once, twice, third time, breakout, and then we just consolidate it around this line and break it to the really bottom, to around 20. That is really oversold. This is why people are starting to buy it today. And the RSI right now has break out of this line to the upside, and this is a very good sign for the Occidental Oil. And we'll see what happens for the next few days and weeks. Now the question is for you, what do you think of the Bitcoin price, and what do you think of the altcoin price? Do you think the altcoins will plunge? And what do you think of the stock price? Do you think the index numbers like Nasdaq, S&P 500, could they plunge, or will they go up? In my opinion, the Fear and Greed index for stock is pretty encouraging. After this huge drop, people are still afraid. Actually, it's 56 greed, but we are still a lot of people are still afraid. This is why it dropped quickly from 70 something to 56. So are you afraid right now? And what do you think of those high-tech stock like Apple, Tesla? Do you think they will keep correcting, or will they go up very quickly? And what do you think of the oil price? Do you think the oil price can go up to the previous level at around $50 or $60? Jump down to the comment section and leave your comment, and we can discuss. My name is Chui. Thank you guys so much to come back to the channel. This is your investing and trading channel, Blockchain Thunder. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening and wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.